Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to Howicramar! Live in the lounge. Friday night is music night, so welcome once again. If you're looking in from overseas, nice to see you. As usual, will be a bit of nonsense, some music and song, and a few surprises along the road, hopefully. We've got a cast of thousands here. Shona is manning the phones. Her phone is making a lot of noise, playing me back, actually. And then we've got the boys here now. Look at this handsome chap here, look. He's kilted up as well. This is Roderick.
Hi.
And this is Hector. So we might see them later on. You'll need to look down so they can actually see you. There you go. So the boys are going to come in later on and say good night. So, right boys, who'd you go just now?
Okay.
And Shona, do you want to come and say hello?
Oh, I'll come and say hello. Hi everyone. Hello, hello.
Thousands of folk are viewing already.
Got a squeaky seat.
Almost 30. That's 30. Not too bad. I haven't even played a note yet. So, so we'll hear more of this nonsense like.
What's in the box? 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 What's in the box?
What's in the box? And this time, it's
A little bit rattly.
there's different textures in that. This is highly likely to be the least guessable, I would say. I'm not quite sure. It's just a bit of fun. Realistically, every week the chances of getting it right are not very high, but you never know anyway. But this one is actually courtesy of my parents. So there's a wee bit of family story, a wee bit of family history.
I feel like we're really close tonight.
So it should be, sure.
No, but I do. I feel like there's something different going on here. I feel really close.
I possibly think I've got the camera a bit closer than normal and the
Is that what it
seat's
is?
closer, but anyway, it's not a bad thing. Like, so anyway, nice to see Abdi looking in. So I'm going to start. I'm going to move this seat out a wee bit and come into the middle. I was walking there, like totally caught in the rain, coming down the Altoon Brae, and funnily enough, I also like pina coladas.
What rubbish, Paul. If you like pina coladas
And getting caught in the rain,
and getting caught in the rain.
with a mile from Tarland. So, I'm going to start with a couple of pipe marches. It's a funny weekend, this, because we should have been at the Keith Folk Festival this weekend. I think I would have been first there about 1982, 83. Playing with the no, sure, I wasn't even born at that time. I was playing. I was the youngest player that was with the Mayfield group that played. Folk like Bill Smith was there, Brian Cruikshank, Margaret Smith, and Sandy Cooper, folk like that. So that's a good long time ago. It's a great festival, but unfortunately, like all the rest, they've had to cancel. But this weekend they are actually holding a virtual festival. So the guests, I think, pretty much Abdi has sent in sets that they were going to be playing with its songs and that. So look out for the Keith Folk Festival if you want music over the weekend. I mean, I think there's a session on the night. I think there's a concert on the night. There is a session, and tomorrow night there's a big concert. So there's a dance, virtual dance. I suppose they've got the band playing and you can dance in your own sitting room. What's wrong with that? So anyway, I'm going to play a couple of pipe marches to get going. The first is called Leaving Port Askeig, which was written by Pipe Major Willie Ross, and then Wade's Welcome to Inverness by Pipe Major Meldrum. say this Friday night concerts. This is number 14, believe it or not. This is 14, which means we've been pretty much locked down and isolated for about 15 weeks now. So yeah, it's becoming a bit like Alcatraz here. We're kind of feel like we're never getting out.
But you're trying to swim to...
swim the Tarlin Burn to a bine or something. But anyway, I'm playing a lot of stuff I hadn't played for a long time. But great tunes that. Was looking through the Bankery Spain Reels sets and come across them, so I thought I'd give them a diddle tonight. So Shona, you've got a list.
I've got a few hellos. Roberta Lasnick.
Oh, Roberta, she looks in every week. Hello, Roberta.
Leah Roswell from Bucky.
Yeah, and she looks in every week as well.
Laura Leibach is in
Laura
again. Matt and Grace Donaldson, aka Mum and Dad. Your Mum and Dad, Ian and Ann Anderson. Ross Dickey is watching from Somerset.
Yeah.
Susan Hurst from
Oklahoma.
Yeah. That was beautifully in tune, Paul.
Yeah, jazz. It was jazz.
Shirley and John Fuchs from Skene. Sandy Thompson from Dingwall. He's made it on time. He's usually on Dingwall time. Aileen Duncan is watching. Alison McDonald from the San Francisco Bay Area.
Bay Area, good to get that right. Bay Area.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to tell us why the hype at the Bay Area is just because it's a specific part of San Francisco. We'll probably find out later. We'll fill you in.
Bod and Val McLean.
Aye, folks.
Again. Gillian Needham and David Curry. Heather Morrison.
Yep.
Gordon Calder is watching from a very rainy Udney. It's pretty rainy and dreich.
You can let us, Ken, do you say Udney or Widney? Is it Widney you pronounce it? Because I was led to believe that's the right way to say it.
I think it is. Robin Versteeg from Domain Bridge.
Conductor. Great guy.
Rolf Hare's watching.
Hey, Rolf.
Bruce Anderson, Charlie and Rona, Uncle Tommy and Auntie Sonia and Huntley, Ted Cramar from Northumberland, Elaine and George Mitchell. Hello, George. Good like. Doreen and Melvin Wood. Shona, George and Catherine Robertson from the village are watching, and Moira Stewart.
Aberdeen Arms.
So there you go.
Yeah, I've missed out a lot of trips to Aberdeen Arms over the last few months, which is a shame, but it's probably... my health's probably better for it, but there you go. It's a shame. It's a company, actually, I think, is the biggest thing that folk that you feel like you could just go and see it on a time, and of course you just can't do that. So this virtual world is actually quite good for that. So I think we just about mentioned Abdi that is watching, so if you're looking in, nice to see you. So I'm going to play a slow air now. This is my most recent composition, and this was commissioned actually for a lady called Marion White, and Marion was involved with a conference thing last year, and it was today with it was the sacrifice and work that the nursing and medical staff did during the First World War. So I was commissioned to write a tune for that, and the title chosen was Winning the Peace. So it's been played a few times actually. I was quite pleased to how it went down. But she got in touch because she's locked down just like everybody else, and was wanting to do something that was tangible. It felt like you'd, even though you're locked down, you'd left something at the end of this very odd period. So she asked if I would write a tune. So I wrote a slow air. I think a kind of thoughtful bit of music is appropriate for the situation. And she's called it Grounded for the Common Good, which I suppose we are grounded, but it's for our common good. So it's a very thoughtful title and appropriate title. So I'm going to play this, first time I've ever played it in public, and there's nobody here, but you're watching. So here we go, Grounded for the Common Good, and this is for Marion White. And incidentally, if anybody's interested, I will quite happily have a go at composing tunes. If you want to give us a shout, we'll give it a go. actually got an audience. It's nice seeing Shona here, but it's quite nice seeing a proper stadium effect with the three of them. So there you go. That's Grounded for the Common Good, which was commissioned by Marion White. And hello, Marion, if you're looking in. I think she said she was going to try and watch tonight, but
It's been quite a few years since I've been grounded.
yeah, whatever that was for.
No telling.
So you've a few more.
I've got a few more hellos. Sue Taylor and Orkney is watching. Gillian and Matt Milne.
Charles.
Charles Lou as well.
No, Charles, again, you look in. I am going to play your tune Dappled Waters next week. So if you're able to look in, we'll play that for you next week. If you can, it'll be on YouTube anyway. I'll post it up, so you should be able to see it without too much bother. But yeah, it was when they got Charles and his wife got engaged at the Pinewoods Scottish Country Dance camp. The Boston branch of the Royal Scottish Country Dance Society. So Charles looks in pretty much every week. So I'm assuming the two of them are there actually.
I think, do they not save it? And they watch it later when they're having their dinner for romantic music.
Could be. Of course, it's 5 hours behind in the United States.
Jonathan Finlay is watching. Phil and Missy Chamberlain in Colorado.
Oh, aye. How are you doing, folks?
They're from a place called, now it's Crested Butte. So I don't know if it's Butte or Butte. I don't really want to say Crested Butte.
I would like to say it, but
I don't know. They're from Colorado, but
I think
it's
it's
really
Butte.
nice to see you.
It's Butte, I think.
Okay. There you go. Alistair McCulloch, Marion Grant and Evie Barclay. That's my sister, my brother-in-law, my niece Evie are watching tonight. Hello. Paul, Gray and Anne from Lunfannon, they're watching.
School ball.
Victoria Hancock from Ballater is watching again. She's a regular.
Yep.
Liz Calder. Jean Daniel Hurdle said, don't give her a shout out, but I'm going to anyway.
Hi,
Hello,
Jean. How you doing? Nice to hear from you, Jean.
From Texas. Yep. Karen Fraser is down in Glasgow, wishing she could get back up to D-side.
Yep.
Kieran and Emma Bingham are watching again, and Harry Lash from the Netherlands.
Harry is a regular as well. So
are you going to do a what's in the box?
Right, let's do a what's in the box.
What's in the box? 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 What's in the box?
What's in the box? Right, Roderick, do you want to model this? Now, did I rattle it too, Sarah? It might fart the bits. So, get a wee shugle. That's a local word, a shugle. If you're from North America, you might have heard that, but if you come from Ireland, you've probably heard the word shugle before. So, could you take it a wee bit closer so they can hear? That will be absolutely no help whatsoever.
Okay.
So, any guesses for that so far?
There's been two. Rolf here thinks it's false teeth, like he does every week. And Alison McDonald thinks a sentimental gift from one of your parents to the other. Oh, Alison did say why she says San Francisco Bay Area.
Yep.
Because if she said she was from San Carlos, no one would know where that was.
Oh, so it's San Carlos. I've been there. I've been to San Francisco. Actually, I loved it. It's a great place. Hilly though, lots of hills in San Francisco. Yeah, I really liked it. It's one of the really interesting places I was in the States.
Apparently, Crested, it's pronounced like shoot, so it's boot.
Boot.
Crested Boot.
A crested boot. That sounds like something you wear.
Anyway,
nice to see you forever, you're Faye. But
yeah.
Missy actually, she's COVID-19 actually.
Yeah.
She is actually a medical person
and
documented the whole thing, and it's really fairly interesting. So yeah, Missy did really well to come through that, but yeah, it was not pleasant by all accounts. So bide at home, folks. Then I go wondering about spreading germs. Right, I'm going to play a set of Gaelic waltzes for you now. The English translations of the title are The Maid I Adore, The Castle in the Glen, and then we'll finish with Ailey. a wee set of Gaelic waltzes, basically Gaelic songs that are in waltz time, really. So maybe you were dancing, Rune. I'd like to dedicate that to Matt and Gillian Mill, who got married this week. A year ago, I was one of the best men, and I have to say, I was a joint best man. There was two of us. There was our pal Jay Hare, Corporal Hare, and myself, and I have to say it's one of the best weddings we've ever been at. So just to say to Matt and Gillian, we were thinking of you this week, and I hope you had a good day. Probably quieter than you were intending, but nice and romantic, no doubt. So that was for them. I hope you had a wee dance around the sitting room to that. Okay, I'm going to finish off my spot at the moment with a couple of strathspeys and a couple of reels. The first tune, it's a real classical Scottish fiddle music. This is a strathspey called Tullach Gorham, and as a fiddler, I had it was one of the most memorable things I've done, actually. The farm at Tullach Gorham, it sits between Aviemore and Granton and Spey, and I have played the tune Tullach Gorham at the Fermo Tullach Gorham that inspired the tune. It's probably about 3 times I've been there now, and it's an amazing spot, actually, because it's just up above the River Spey, looking across to the Kean Gorms, and it is just a fantastic place to play that bit of music. But James Scott Skinner, the famous fiddler, apparently wrote his variations to Tullach Gorham at the Ferm, so it's quite a thing to do that there. It's a kind of thing that tickles me anyway. I find a lot of pleasure in doing that sort of thing. So I'm going to play Tullach Gorham, and that's going to be followed by The Banks of Spey, so it's kind of appropriate as well. That's by William Marshall. Then a couple of James Scott Skinner tunes. The first thing is Miss Shepherd, and then we'll finish with The Left-Handed Fiddler. Whoa. That's a real kind of wild thing. You feel like you've got heather growing out your lugs when you're playing a tune like Tullach Gorham, but anyway.
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box? So, here we go. Oh, my wee helper. So, what do you think? What are your guesses, Shona?
Yes, there's quite a few guesses.
I was beginning to wonder if folk had, were giving up because,
I'll come round back here.
nobody seems to get it right.
Hector, do you want to come in as well, since we're all here anyway? So, we've got a few guesses for what's in the box. Paul Gray thinks it's a clipper blade and the rest of your hair. Gillian Needham thinks it's ginger nut biscuits. Bruce Anderson thinks it might be a car key. Badger Hancock thinks a bull ring. Jane Daniel Hurdle thinks it's a piece of a chess set.
Yep.
Ross Dickey, napkin holder. Rolf Hare, a smaller box. Jamie Bowers, a bracelet, or I think it was something like conjoined things that mean something.
That's pretty vague. That could be anything, really.
Edward Stewart thinks a Cairngorm kilt pin. Moira Stewart thinks egg cup and spoon. Karen Fraser, pine cones. Harry Lash, pins of the bird. You know the RSPB bird pins you get?
Yep.
He thinks it might be them. And Lorelei Bach thinks a Cairngorm gemstone.
Well, I will say is it very nearly was a kilt pin that that has a big Cairngorm on the top of it, but I changed my mind. So somebody was very nearly right, but you're still wrong. So there you go. Right, we'll put this over here and I will let Shona in a boot. And you get a wee treat, you get a wee flash the kilt there and the big hairy sporran.
So there's been an update on how to pronounce crested, wherever it is in Colorado, that that Missy and Phil are from. It's Butte.
Butte?
Butte.
I thought that's what I said.
No, we said Butte. But apparently in America they say...
No, I said a Butte earlier.
Oh, Butte. Well, Crested Butte. We'll get to the bottom of this eventually. So a few more hellos to say. Sally Day Butler, hello Sally. Jane Roberts, Robert Lindsay in Cleveland, Ohio. Margot and Edward Stewart. Margaret Stewart up in Nairn. Ian Murray and Ballater. Craig Course, Peter Headland. Heather Anderson, that's Paul's sister. Anne Riesla Engler from Sweden, who is a looker in every week. What would you call it? What a regular. That's the word I was looking for.
An Uber fan.
An Uber fan. Laura Murray and Ian and Norma Russell. Ian said, great set, Paul.
Thank you, Ian.
Charlie Ritchie said, June. Not quite sure which one that was to. So Margaret Stewart is watching tonight. It is Margaret Stewart's birthday today.
Oh, well.
So do you want to come in and sing happy birthday
I'll just see
to
if any
Margaret?
boys can come in if you like.
Boys, you come and say happy birthday to Margaret. Margaret is a fantastic, fantastic Gaelic singer. Hector, you come in and sing happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Margaret. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Roderick, before you go, Peter Headland has said, can you do your finger thing?
Oh, Peter Headland is a nickel harpa player that we know from Sweden, and he's been over a few times and he's taught Roddy and Hector lots of tricks. So do you want to show everybody one of the tricks that Peter taught you? Can you do it there? It's amazing.
That's amazing magic, that.
Right, Hector, can you move over just slightly? I'm going to sing a few songs for you. So the first song I'm going to do is a song called Low Down in the Broom. And this is a song that I've known probably since I was about 16. Keithy Coburn from Huntly gave me, when I first started singing, a few CDs and tapes and things, and it was a great CD of Bill Jones, female, Belinda, Bill Jones, and I actually don't know if she's even singing anymore. I've not heard about her for a long, long time, but this was one song that was on hers, and I listened to it and then promptly lost the tape. So I couldn't quite remember how the tune went. So I think this is kind of how it went, but it might just be completely different. I'm not sure. I'll have to go and see if I can find it. So, Low Down in the Broom. My daddy has a conquered cattle. He'll know when we has gear. My minnie, she's a scalding wife. Hearts are the hoofs of steel, but let them say or let them do, it's all the end to me, for he's Lord. waiting in the broom for me. My Auntie Kate sits at her wheel and sails she lightly is me. But will I ken it's jealousy, for ne'er a Joe has she. But let them say or let them do, it's a' the end to me. For he's Lord down in the broom, he's waiting in the broom for me. My cousin Kate was sair beguiled wi' Johnny in the glen, and ice and sign she cries, beware of false deluding men. But let them say or let them do, it's all the end to me. For his Lord down in the broom, he's waiting in the broom for me. But let them say or let them do, it's all the end to me. For his Lord down in the broom, he's waiting in the broom for me.
Way!
Oh, thank you, Hector.
That's a very deep voice you got there, Hector.
Have you got anything to add just now, Hector, before I sing my last song just now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just.
Okay, I'll just yap a wee bit.
Francie Devine says hello. Anne from Sweden says a nice dress.
Oh, thank you very much.
Blair Cummins is looking in. Margaret Stewart says I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Margaret.
I'm thinking it's not in a non-romantic manner, but I think she was chuffed that you said happy birthday.
Margaret's one of my adoptive mummies.
Margot Stewart said a Cairngorm brooch in the box. Matt Milne said Bob's Tobacco or something to that effect. Rolf, an old wooden clothes peg. Jamie Bowers, a symbolic badge, and I suppose that could be anything. It could be a Masonic badge or something like that. But no, Art McVean is looking in.
Oh, Alec.
Sandy Thompson thinks a ski and do, and Francie Devine says hello. So there you go.
Cool. Well, that little romantic song, I suppose. Today, you might not know, but the 12th of June is National Loving Day. So I can say I love you all. National Loving Day. I love you boys. National Loving Day. And I'm now going to sing a song which is kind of the opposite of a loving day. It's a song that I haven't sung for quite a long time. It's not one that I really sung in the first place, to be honest. I think I learnt this from Anne Nielsen in Glasgow when I was at the Royal Scottish Academy. And it's a song called There Come a Young Man. And it was published in Herd's collection in 1769, and it said in that collection that it was a vulgar, humorous song. Now obviously their thoughts of what was vulgar are different to our thoughts today, so I'll leave it up to you whether you think it's a vulgar humorous song. But the one thing that struck me when I was looking at this this afternoon, it's got the word wow in it. And I thought that wow was quite a new word. I didn't really think about the origins of the word wow. So it was obviously printed in 1769, so wow was about in 1769.
Thomas Shander's got the word wow.
Has it?
Aye.
Oh, it has. I never really thought about it. I suppose I just thought it was a kind of new-ish word. Anyway, so there come a young lad to my daddy's door, and this has got a chorus. There come a young man to my daddy's door, my daddy's door, my daddy's door. There come a young man to my daddy's door, come seeking me to woo. And wow, but he was a bonny young lad, a brisk young lad and a braw young young lad. Wow, but he was a bonny young lad. Come seek and meet a woo. I was baking when he come, when he come, when he come. I took him in and I gied him a scone to thaw his frozen moo. And wow, but he was a bonny young lad, a brisk young lad and a braw young lad. Wow, but he was a bonny young lad. Come seek and meet a woo. I set him in aside the bank, I gied him bread and ale to drink, but near a blithe time would he blink, till he was warm and full. And wow, but he was a bonny young lad, a brisk young lad and a braw young lad. Wow, but he was a bonny young lad. Come seek and meet a woo. Gae get ye gone, ye called rife word, ye swear looking, called rife word. I straightway showed him to the door, saying come nae mair to woo. And wow, but he was a bonny young lad, a brisk young lad and a braw young lad. Wow, but he was a bonny young lad. Come seek and meet a woo. There lay a juke before the door, afore the door, afore the door. There lay a juke before the door, and there he fell, I trow. And wow, but he was a bonny young lad, a brisk young lad and a braw young lad. Wow, but he was a bonny young lad. Come seek and meet a woo. Then out I come and I sneered and smiled. You come to woo, but you're all beguiled. You fawn in the dubs and you're all befouled. Well, hey, nae mair o you. And wow, but he was a bonny young lad, a brisk young lad and a braw young lad. Wow, but he was a bonny young lad. Come seek and meet a woo. And wow, but he was a bonny young lad, a brisk young lad and a braw young lad. Wow, but he was a bonny young lad. Come seek and meet a woo.
Hey!
There you go.
Well, our audience are amazing. We've had a message for Sue Taylor.
Yep.
She says, wow.
Wow.
It's for the 1510s Scottish, a natural expression of amazement.
So like, Jings, Crivens, help my Bob.
Yeah.
Wow, Jings.
Aye, well,
Okay.
Tammy Shona and wow, Tam Satan on
Good
cassette.
sight, of course. Do you know, it's something that I'd never ever thought of. So there you go. That's really interesting. While Paul's getting himself sorted here, I'm just going to do a quick plug for the PayPal. So if you feel that you can put something into the tip jar, it would be much appreciated. It's www.paypal.me/Paul Anderson Shona Dawn. Shona Dawn because we couldn't get Donaldson in the wee box. So, Paul.
Can you just spit per
Oh, do
second?
you want me to
I'll get a
just...
cell.
Okay.
Just 'cause
Have you got any hellos or anything you want me to
Can
say?
you pass it,
Pass me the pad if I can read your dad's writing, Hector. What have we got here? So, is this guesses, Paul? Here?
Yeah.
Okay. Paul's wrecking my... I've got two notepads and he's getting them mixed up. So Heather Morrison thinks it is my earrings. Ian Russell said superb song, thank you, Ian. Ian Murray thinks it's a pocket knife. Laura Murray thinks it's a dishwasher tablet.
Or a kelpie.
Or a kelpie. That's quite random, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, what's in the box? Rolf Hare thinks a love heart locket. A few other folk watching. Alan Taylor and Rona Taylor over in Afford. Yvonne McCohen, that's one of my school pals, Yvonne. Hello, nice to see you. Sandy says, great choice of songs tonight, Shona. Thank you very much. There's two more to come. Much excitement. What is a song? What is a song? What is a song? What is a song? Are you ready? Can
I'm
I stop?
ready, I
Okay,
am.
right, I can shut up now. Here's Paul.
Yep. Right. You go, you get an extra wee look at the spot on there. Shona was beginning to do some freeform improvisation there, so I thought probably should come back.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, well, this could be classed as a... Oh, hell, it's a bit of Shona's paper. Yeah, but out of there. Right, this could be another... get a prize sort of thing for this. The second tune I'm going to play is called Lord Balgoni's Favourite. Now, I reckon if that's Balgownie and it's just written a different way because it's for an old collection, or whether it's just a different place entirely, which wouldn't be an unreasonable thing, because we find here in Tarlin, we're at Mains of Kincraigie, there's a Kincraigie at Lumfanan just over a hill, and just up the road there's a Culsh, but there's several other Culshes round about the northeast, so it could be just that it's a very similar name, but it's an old tune, it's an old Highland tune called Lord Balgoni's Favourite. But I want you to have a listen to it, and I want you to maybe have a pop at tell me far you've heard that tune before, because it's in the soundtrack to an Oscar-winning movie. So here, listen to the second tune. The first thing is another old tune. It's called Lord of Boyne, and we're actually round about a mile from far the current Earl of Aboyne bides, because he just bides over in the Muir of Gellin in a big white house. So Lord of Boyne, this would date for the 1700s, if nae a bit earlier. So going well back with these two tunes.
it's from.
Right, okay. Well, so that's second tune. Well, the first thing's Lord of Bine, and then Lord Balgony's favourite. Now,
So Balgony Castle is in Fife.
so it's in Fife. So it's a
John
tune.
Duncan's saying that.
Okay, right. So that'll be right enough. That was used as the melody for a famous song called "Gloomy Winter's New Awa," which was, I think, is it Robert Donohill?
Yeah.
Famous song. But more recently, it was used as the main theme in a film. Anybody got any guesses? Oh, apparently
Yeah,
there was
there's
a few.
yeah.
So fast had a pop.
I've lost it now. Sorry. There was two folk got it right. I can't remember.
Two folk got it right. Well, I'm sure even though you couldn't mind it, you might recognise the tune. That was used as the main theme for the film The Piano, which had Holly Hunter and Harvey Keitel and Sam Neill was in it. So cast was really good. It's a great film actually, and I have to say, I really like the soundtrack. I think it works really well, and it does use traditional Scottish melodies in it. Scots Wahey is certainly one it's pulled into it. But my problem with that was the composer Michael Nyman actually said he was inspired by Scottish melodies and pretty much claimed he'd written the tune. So you kind of have to think about that. Near enough a lot.
I wonder if he's getting all those.
I have to say I'd be interested to ken if he's raking in a huge amount of royalties for an old Scottish tune that he's basically hijacked. So anyway, but it is a great tune, and to be fair, it is a great soundtrack for if it is a really great film. So anyway, there are a couple of good old Scottish tunes. I'm going to move up to Shetland now, going way up north. As far as north as you can go in the British Isles, I'm going to play a set of Shetland fiddle tunes. Shona has got her hand up.
I've got a few guesses.
Oh, that must mean...
Come on. What's in the box? 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 What's in the box?
It's in the box.
Hector, you go over and do it this
So
time.
Hector's up for...
You need to
duties
actually
this
get
time.
into shot, Hector. You need
Yeah,
to
well, turn
swoosh
it
in.
around. There you go.
So we've got a few...
It's a wee rattle there, Hector. There you go.
A few guesses. So David Curry thinks it's just one of those things in the box.
Well, it is one of those things.
Gordon Calder thinks it might be Stones from Tom Navary. Sue Prentice might be Air, possibly a slow Air.
Well, that is
Maybe
air.
you're both slightly pulse, it's not in the middle of my head, thank you. Bod and Val McLean might think it might be Dominoes, and Wyatt thinks walnuts. Sandy Thompson, military medals. Rolf thinks polished walnuts, or a child's tooth. Grace Donaldson thinks erasers. Jamie Bowers, something to be worn, or like badges, like scouts badges or military badges or something. Margaret Stewart says she's no idea, possibly too much birthday champagne unless it's a champagne cork. And Jean Daniel Hurdle thinks a seashell.
Okay, well that's good. There are good. I mean, there are good, perfectly reasonable guesses.
I've got a few hellos as
And
well.
a few hollows. So
Kristen Johnson is watching from Sweden.
Hello, Kristen.
Brilliant singer. She sung on Francie Devine's latest CD.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
Well, I saw her last week actually.
Well, not actually, on Zoom.
On Zoom. Oh,
Didn't
yeah,
actually
yeah,
see
literally
it.
saw her.
Karina Hewitt is watching, Isabel Gilchrist, John Duncan, Pamela Green Tanner from Norfolk, Virginia, Sandy Archer, Kate and Jim Taylor from Garlogie, and Ian and Margaret Cameron from Ballater.
Hello, how you doing? Well, nice to see you folks. Pamela Green Tanner.
She of the Mighty Lungs.
I've got a name for her card. Mighty Lungs. What a rare voice she is. She can belt it out. She's a fantastic singer. She sings with the King's Choir in Norfolk, Virginia, and she's a fantastic girl, Pamela. And her man Bill plays the fiddle, and Bill, he plays Scottish fiddle tunes. It's great, and I heard he did a version of, was it Hector the Hero?
Hero it was,
And
yeah.
it was because they're African Americans, but it had a totally different feel for how I would play it. But it was really interesting to hear the interpretation and taking our music and doing your own thing with it. So hello to two of them. It's good to hear from you. Nice to see you looking in. Right. So as I was saying, back to Shetland. Many years ago, about 20 years ago, I did a few years playing with a band called Rock Salt and Nails, who were a brilliant. I'm not just saying it because I played with them, but they were a brilliant kind of folk rock band, really, more folk than rock, but certainly high energy. And I did a few tours. We did Denmark and Norway, doing it in England a lot. And one of the sets they often used to finish with is included in this. So I'm going to start with a tune called Pharaoh Rum, That's going into Oliver Jack, and then I'm going to, instead of playing Willowfjord, which he normally played, because I played it a few weeks ago for Andrew Facherson's birthday, I've changed that, and I'm going to play the Sandy Burn Reel. But this is really, I doubt if they're even looking in, but it was a lot of fun. We all had a real laugh when we were out on tour, and it's a very happy part of my life when I was playing with them. So anyway, if you've never heard them, Google them, look on YouTube, and buy a CD or something. So,
Tell them the name again.
Rock, Salt and Nails. So this is a set of 3 Shetland tunes: Pharaoh Rum, Oliver Jack, and the Sandy Burn Reel. What a difference here an audience is. It feels much better.
Going on here.
So we get the puppet show is just broken loose here.
Go on, Ruddy.
See, in North America, you probably wouldn't have heard of Sooty. Sooty was a big deal in UK. There's a TV series for what could have been decades, actually. Do you want to go in? Come on, Sooty. Hello, Sooty. How you doing there, my boy? So there you go. There's Sooty. He's he come all the way from Balter. Sooty. It was Ian Murray gave him to the boys as a present. So there you go. So I'm going to jump out the hot seat and man the phones, and Shona's going to give you the next few songs. Okay. Right.
Give me a wee
You right,
second.
Shona?
2 seconds, 2 seconds.
I'm going to be forced to tell a joke
No,
here.
you're not. I'm just here. Okay.
Right, here she goes.
I'm just here. Okay. So I've just got a few more hellos to say. So Nancy Edwards in Ontario, Rebecca Payne, who was a pupil of yours for a while.
I haven't seen her for years.
Yeah. Verlin Thompson is watching from Nashville.
Oh, hello, Verlin.
If you can, check out Verlin. He is amazing.
Oh, he's a lot of time for Verlin. He's a great guy.
And Jason Ginsberg is watching from Brooklyn, New York City. So, we have got a few guesses for what's in the box as well. Harry Lash thinks tuning keys. Kate Taylor thinks button or dice. And Sandy Thompson thinks possibly napkin rings. So, there you go. See, I've got my game face on, I've got my poker face on. You can't tell if you've gotten it right or not with me. Right, I am going to sing, I said it was Loving Day, the 12th of June. The 12th of June is actually National Red Rose Day. And if I'd looked it up last week, I would have saved My Love Is Like a Red, Red Rose for tonight, but I sung it last week, so I had to try and think of another song that had a rose in it. It's not a red rose, but it's a rose, and it's another Burns song. And it's one, again, that when I was first learning Scott's song, it's probably one of the very first songs that I learned, possibly even in primary school. Like a lot of folk, my route into Scott's song and poetry was through Burns competitions in primary school and whatnot. I can still remember in primary 5, we had a competition to write out a Burns poem, and it was To a Mountain Daisy, and we had to write it perfectly with capital letters and punctuation and apostrophes. And Keith Stewart, Beefy, beat me by 1 point and got first place, and I've never forgiven him for that. Anyway, so there you go. He was called Beefy because he had mint sandwiches for his play piece every day. Interesting fact. I don't know. He might be watching this. I'm really sorry, Keith, if you're watching this for just giving that away. So anyway, I'm going to sing a Burns song that mentions a rose because the 12th of June is National Red Rose Day, and it's Ye Banks and Braes. Ye banks and braes, O bonny Doon, how can ye bloom sae fresh and fair? How can ye chant, a little bird, and I so weary full o' care? You'll brag my head, ye warbling birds that wanton through a flowery thorn. Ye mind me o' departed joys, departed never to return. Oft hae I roved by bonny Doon to see the rose and woodbine twine, until Cabard sang o' its love, and fondly said that I o' mine. Will echt some head I put a rose for sweet upon its thorny tree, but my false lover stole my rose, and he left the thorn wi' me.
Hey!
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. You got anything to add just now, Paul?
Oh, Carol Masseur for Victoria, British Columbia. That's in. I've been there. That's in Vancouver Island. She has had to go back to work, but she said it was lovely to listen.
Oh, that's really nice.
On our lunch hour. So
On her
thanks to
lunch
Carol. Nancy Edwards. I've just seen a story there. She's had a conversation with Heather Morrison. She's seen a bear come out across the road right in front of her. So
Wow.
that's quite a thing.
What
to see every day.
excitement. There's so much other exciting
Yeah.
things happening rather than live in the lounge.
I'm assuming that's
today.
Canada or
Yeah, I think
America.
she's in Ontario.
Ontario. I hope
think
it's
so.
nae Tarland, like, because that would be quite worrying. So, anyway, so that's that.
Yeah, so I'm going to do one more song. Paul, you're going to come and join me for
I
this.
am, right.
I'm just going to grab my fiddle. So, as you know... Oh, whoa!
Oh, sorry,
I went to sit down and you moved the seat. Can I sit on this seat? Is that okay? And then we can swap.
Okay.
Sorry, we're just having a little bit of a domestic here. It's just because the words are here, Paul. I want to be closer to the words.
There you go.
So, as you know, you okay?
Yeah.
We did a bit of Bop She Wop last week. This is something a wee bit different again. Do you want to come in a wee bit?
No,
Or
I
do
don't
you
have the elbow room.
Alright, okay.
I'll sit back here.
So, I usually try to do something that relates to whatever's going on in the charts. And this song was in the charts in 1994. This time in 1994 for 15 weeks. But it was actually not the first time that it had been in the charts. It was originally in the charts in 1966 where it reached number 5. And then it was again in 1999, 2013, 1994 and 2000. Hank Marvin sang it in 2000. What else can I say about this without giving it away too much?
It's his birthday. They wrote it.
Oh yeah, well I was going to say the guy that wrote it, this might give it away, Reg Presley. It is his birthday today, and that's why I decided to sing it as well. Because
Elvis's brother.
I always look up to see if there's any notable birthdays on the Friday that we're doing it, or the couple of days round about it. And not only was it Reg Presley who wrote this song's birthday today, it was also in the charts in 1994 for 15 weeks, this time in 1994, in June. So this is especially for my mum, because it was in the charts for 15 weeks, sung by Wet Wet Wet, Marty Pellow. My mum loves Marty Pellow. She used to make me cry because she said when I was little, if Marty Pellow turned up at the door, she would run away with him, and I used to cry. I don't know if she still would, actually. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, Reg Presley wrote this song, and he, of course, was in the Trogs. Any ideas? I wonder. Any guesses? Hector's, have been any guesses on anybody know what song I'm going to sing? No, Hector's man on the phone. So, it's been in quite a cool film as well, Love Actually, which is a great film.
No.
I can't think of this song without thinking of Bill Nye.
Maybe it is.
It is.
Because
Christmas is all around me.
Right,
I've just
okay.
given it away. It's Love Is All Around.
It was in 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay,
That's
it's
what
been in
Marty
quite a
Pellow
lot.
sung it for.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. So we're going to sing Love Is All Around. Join in if you know it. And I just tune up with you really quickly. So this is we've only run this through like once or twice. Once. And it was at 7:30. So we're going to give this a shot and see if this works. Love Is All Around. Please join in. Oh, just a little bit of fun. Bet you
Right.
never expected that, eh?
So let's have a look. Fits in the box. Now.
Okay, we've got any more guesses for the box, Hector? Hector's been writing them. What's in the box? 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 What's in the box?
Fits in the box.
Right.
So only more guesses.
You can chuck my phone over if you want, Hector, and I'll
Right.
have a wee look.
So let's have a big reveal.
No, my phone.
Can I just move that around?
Yeah, of course you can.
So if you pass the box, we'll have a look. Let's see
Thank
if it's
you,
in
Hector.
the box. It's the most exciting bit of any week for any viewers here. And this is, now somebody actually was pretty close with this. I think it might have been Margaret Stewart.
It was Margaret Stewart,
Champagne cork.
birthday girl.
So fit that is, you'll be thinking, what fits in the hero? It's a 20p piece. And fit this is, it was way back in the mid 1980s when my dad went for being dairy manager for the McRobert Trust to the tenant firm, and he took on the firm himself. Came down to Kincraigie here to see my granny and granda, and there was my great Auntie Nell and Uncle Jack were here. They were up for Glasgow, Kirkintilloch actually. There were no pubs in Kirkintilloch, and I'm sure you'll wonder why. My brother and me, we went in a spree, and we drank the pubs all dry, all dry. We drank the pubs all dry. Anyway, that's Kirkintilloch.
Yeah.
And they opened a bottle of champagne.
That's why I love you, by the way.
And so this is the cork for that bottle of champagne for my mum and dad taking on the dairy firm here. And this is the same house that we're in as we speak in the 20p. I'm not sure if there's any relevance to that. It might have been the only money hid in his pooch, 20p, or it might have been the biggest thing Jack was prepared to part with. But anyway, that is a wee memento or a moment in our family's history. So there you go.
I think we can say well done to Margaret Stewart for actually guessing pretty much what that was, a champagne cork. On your birthday as well, who would have thought it? Well done, Margaret.
So there you go, there you go. So that fits in the box. Next week will be something equally impossible to guess.
Well, we've had two right guesses.
That's true, that's true.
We've had two right guesses.
Right, so
Okay.
we've got a big finale here.
Dun, 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 dun,
These
dun.
boys have been on absolute tender hooks all night with excitement, and Roderick even went to the extent of wearing, well, it's actually his brother's kilt. Hector's grown out of the kilt, and Roderick has got on his brother's old kilt. So they're going to come up and we're going to play a tune, a traditional tune called the Fairy Lullaby. Now Hector used to play quite a few years ago, but he stopped. How long ago now is it? It's probably about 5 years ago. And we wondered how far he would have been on, what kind of player would have been if he'd kept at it.
You make sure you get him shot there.
But this week he came along and he said he would like to learn to play again. So he's got my spare fiddle, we've got a bow in the post, he's got my good spare bow he's using, so he's looking after that, and we're going to play the Fairy Lullaby as our Von Trapp family scenario. So I'm going to move it the road, let Hector in a boot here. Look.
Come here.
Go,
On the
Hector,
floor.
and I'll sit beside you. So take a seat forward a wee bit, look. And then I'll sit down there.
Right, are we all in tune, boys? Paul, are you there? Can we see you there?
Daddy, just look at me on it. Okay.
Are we doing it twice?
Roderick's going to do it himself,
Oh.
he said.
And then you can join
Yeah,
in the second one.
it's an arrangement with...
Okay, we've got an arrangement of it. I didn't know that, I apologise. Okay, Roddy, when you're ready.
Okay.
and take a bow for that. Extremely proud mum and dad.
I think that is a pretty good way to finish. We were going to play the White Cockade to finish, but I think that's as good a way to finish as only. So,
We could do one more song.
I
so
got the
only
bug
one.
now.
It's nice stopping them now. But
Yeah.
thanks for looking in, folks. I really enjoy my Friday nights. Actually, we'll
Was
be
it-
back next week. I want to be doing a workshop next week because it's Shona's birthday. So we'll be not out in the town. We'll be sitting at home, but on your birthday, I'm not going to be doing a fiddle workshop. So we'll leave it for 1 week, and we'll see you next Friday if you're here
Yep,
for
right.
more nonsense. More nonsense later. So good night, folks. Take care, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Cheerio.
Bye.